Hi, my name is Luke and I'm a pilot student for BAA Training, studying here in Vilnius, Lithuania. Today I'm going to give you some tips and advice which hopefully should get you through the assessment centre. The first thing that you should always try to consider is planning. You need to plan in advance what it is that you're going to be tested on so that you can give your best performance. For me, what helped is that you will be tested on maths, physics and English. And so what I did personally was I took some high school qualifications at home and refreshed my memory on the mathematical questions that you might find and some of the physics as well. You'll find that as you go, you'll need to study and plan and prepare, and those things will pay off in the long run. You'll need to remember that the day is an idea of testing your ability in these areas as well as other areas as well, which you can plan very easily. The second thing you need to do is you need to plan. So it's really important to know where it is that the assessment centre is going to be taking place. When you know where it's going to be taking place, you need to plan your days, your flights and where you're going to be staying. Take consideration on where it is for where you're going to be staying, because if you're not familiar with Lithuania and Vilnius, you may not know what the traffic is going to be like in the morning, how easy or difficult it might be to get here as well. So to plan that in advance will be one thing less to do. What I had when I came is I had a document on my computer, and on that document there was a list of bus routes if I was going to consider getting a bus, a taxi, how much things cost, etc, etc. But I took the easy route and I stayed at a hotel very close by. That way, if there was traffic on the day of the assessment, I wouldn't have to worry about getting here on time or late. The other thing, you need to take documents. So prepare what documents you'll need to take. These could be as basic documents as your passport or medical certificate if that requires it at the time. So the night before, you are taking into consideration what you've planned and what you've prepared so far. And what you also need to make sure is that everything is ready to go in the morning. Make sure you have at least 2 or 3 alarms set. You don't want to wake up late. You don't want to be rushing. Set plenty of time as well. You don't want to be setting a 1 hour gap from waking up, eating breakfast and going, because otherwise if something was to crop up in the meantime and it may delay you, it may throw you off the rest of the morning in getting here in a prompt and professional manner. Make sure though that you get your good night's sleep. You want at least 7-8 hours, possibly even 9 hours if you can squeeze it in, so that you feel nice and refreshed in the morning. Make sure as well that if you are going to prepare all your clothes, that everything's ironed and ready, so that there's little things to do in the morning. Appearance is very important in the sense that on the day you're going to want to be dressed and look smart and professional. I'm not telling you to go and buy an expensive suit, but it does pay off to have yourself a smart tie, smart shirt and shoes at least. You also want to take into consideration as well that you are clean shaven if you don't have a beard, and that you are groomed appropriately for an interview as a potential pilot in the future. So your assessment day has finally arrived, and whilst you're here you're going to be going through some stress and anxiety, especially on your way here, but don't worry, just put that all aside, try to smile. When you converse with other people, even if you speak to other potential cadets, put a nice smile on and speak to them in the same way. Show that you're confident, put your posture right, and you'll feel more relaxed. And that will take away a lot of the stresses and a lot of the distractions that can normally throw students off. So, your interview. Now, for some students, this can be quite a challenge. For some, it can be quite easy. It really depends on the student. So, when it comes to the interview itself, you need to be able to demonstrate a level of confidence. Pilots have to have a level of confidence anyways, so it's important that you can actually demonstrate that you are quite confident anyways. So when you ask the question, make sure that you keep the eye contact when you're answering the question with the interviewer, and just take a pause. So when a question is asked, pause for a couple of seconds, there's no rush, and then answer it back in a systematic way. That will mean that you'll answer the question that's actually being asked, rather than going off on a different topic. When you're talking about confidence as well, sitting there, keeping your posture, keeping that eye contact, maintaining a smile as you do, that will go a long way. That will show that you're more relaxed and you're more in control of the interview rather than the interviewer being in control. And when it comes to being dressed, to sit there as well, feeling smart, looking smart, maybe even imagining one day that you're going to be dressed smartly as a pilot. That will give you a little bit of an added boost to throw away any anxieties that you may have. So I hope you find these tips useful for your future assessment. One more tip I want to add are the 5 P's. Planning, preparation, prevents poor performance. Remember that? I'm sure you'll be fine. So comment below any questions you may have. Thank you for watching and best of luck in your future assessment.